The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to this afternoon's Platinum webinar with your host, Todd Walters.
Hey, thank you, Andrea. Welcome, everyone. So I was talking to a Platinum member earlier today, and we were talking about editorial ads. Okay, he's having really good success running editorial ads, which are some of my most favorite marketing systems to run for getting listings. Okay, and but I need to be really clear on this with you, as I was with him, is that your follow-up system, how well you are at follow-up, really dictates the success that you have with those leads. As a matter of fact, most of the leads that you guys are generating right now, okay, as a rule, most of them are not expecting a callback, right? Not expecting your call. So when you generate the lead, you're going to go and call them back, and you're going to try to separate those leads into two categories: less than 6 months and greater than 6 months. That's how this works, man. So now what happens from that point forward, this whole follow-up system, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Okay, so what I've done here is I've thrown up on the screen the callback script because it's easy for me to look at this and point out some few things to you and share with you the information I want to share with you today that will optimize your lead generation. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on today's webinar. We're going to optimize lead generation. All right, so let's identify the thing necessary so that all of us can be more successful here with our lead conversion. All right, now, as all of you know, I'm looking for a drawing. Here we go. So as all of you know, the second Tuesday of every month, I do an advanced lead conversion webinar exclusively for Platinum members and anyone on their team that is responsible for converting the leads. Okay, so that's what's going on today. It's the second Tuesday of every month. Okay, and the reason we carved out one day a month to talk about the same thing over and over again, because it is the most important thing that we do. The biggest problem that you guys have is converting leads, reaching the leads, getting them on the telephone, turning those leads into clients. Okay, it's the single greatest issue. I don't think if you looked at the sheer numbers of leads that most of you had, it's quite a few. And you'd probably, if you could wave your magic wand, right, you would love for those leads to turn into clients. Like if you could wave your magic wand, that's what you would do. So, but trust me, there's no magic wand, okay? But there is you and your skill set in our system. So we're going to put those together on today's webinar. We're going to turn them into like magic appointments. Okay, so the best way to go about doing this is, number one, make sure that this follow-up script is printed off and filed away safe somewhere, okay, in plain sight, so that you can use it and become very good at this. As a matter of fact, if there was one thing, if you put a gun to my head and said, Todd, tell me the one thing, the most important thing that I need to know over and above everything else in this millionaire agent system of y'all's to be successful, what is that one thing? You're looking at it. If you do not know the ins and the outs of this follow-up script, all the things, the nuances, the words, the language, the offers, if you don't know this thing backwards and forwards, you can count on failure, okay? Or you can count on struggle. Maybe that's a better word, okay? So let's get good at it. That's what this webinar is all about. So let's take a look at a few things here so that we're on the same page. This is called the universal follow-up script. It's not called, listen real close, it's not called the legal follow-up script. The legal follow-up script means you would follow everything exactly word for word. The universal follow-up script means that we universally apply the language here. So I'll give you an example, okay? Let's suppose that you are using the Commissions Inc. platform, okay? And one of the lead generation systems that comes with your Commissions Inc. platforms is online lead generation using pay-per-click, Okay? So when you buy the Commissions Inc. platform, they have one marketing system that's built into it right away, and that is from pay-per-click marketing. They take your money, they manage a pay-per-click marketing campaign, they drive leads to your quote Commissions Inc. platform, and you get leads. Your job's to call them back. Okay? So let's suppose you're using that system. And the reason I bring that up is because over the next couple of months, Commissions Inc. is going to be powering our millionaire agent system. Okay, most of you are very aware of this. If you missed the conference, then you missed that announcement. But we've been working on this for about a year now, and they're going to be powering the millionaire agent system. So imagine the Quantum Leap System CRM, everything you could possibly think of with our system in one place. So that it's going to be harder for you to screw things up and mess things up, and easier for you to implement the system that you've invested in by us doing that for you. Okay? So we're very excited about it. It's going to be a game changer, an industry disruptor. So let's suppose right now you're getting leads from that. Many of you are, right? Okay, so you got this lead. You're going to call them back. Like, what do you do? What do you say? Okay, well, you see the script here where it says, is Mr. and Ms. Smith there? Always specifically ask for the person that left the message. Okay, so this would be always specifically ask for the person that submitted their information. So if you're looking at your sync system and it says, Craig Proctor, that's who the lead is. Okay, well, then you would say, hello, is Mr. Proctor there? That's pretty simple, right? So there you go. So right here it says left a message, but when we say that, we're universally applying leaving a message as filled out a freaking form. Okay? So that's what I mean by universal versus legal. Because we've actually had coaching members that have called and complained that say, but Todd, they're not leaving me a message. They're filling out a form. So after I chuckle a little bit, because I'm not trying to make the member feel bad or dumb, I understand it, because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. After I chuckle a little bit, I say, look, we're universally applying it. That means not legally, but universally applying it. So just replace message with form submittal. So, all right. I know it. Trust me. It's kind of funny. All of us are guilty of these things. Trust me, I am, about not seeing the forest for the trees many times. All right, so they do that, right? Hey, is Mr. Proctor there? Okay, now what? Well, let's stop right here. If you have to run away from being a real estate agent or representing a real estate company, if you have to run away and hide from that, we got a real problem. We got a real problem, because I've actually heard some role playing where agents have to run away from being that, or misrepresent themselves, or represent themselves as something they're not. Okay, like for me, it's pretty simple. Mr. Proctor there? Yes, this is Mr. Proctor. Hey, Mr. Proctor, this is Todd Walters with Todd Walters Real Estate. And the reason I'm calling is because I received your request. Okay, now let's stop right there. I just fill in the blanks. Okay, just fill in the blanks here, because there's a blank now. I received your request to search for homes online using our property search site at housesatlanta.net. And just as a courtesy, wanted to let you know we received your request and we've got you all set up there to search away. Is that okay? So that's it. So the purpose of your call is to answer the question right away of who you are and why you're bothering them. So when I say the universal follow-up script, okay, we universally apply it to the leads that we call back. This is why the coaching is necessary. I mean, think about this. If all of a sudden you get a new lead generation system going, like Commissions Inc., and you got this script here, and you don't have the coaching from me, okay, maybe it's from somebody else or on your own accord, and you try using this script, it's just not going to work, because you're going to make mistakes. You're going to say, hey, Mr. Smith, this is Todd Walters with Todd Walters Real Estate, and the reason I'm calling is I received your request for information that you've wanted, and I've sent that in the mail to you. You're going to like, but I haven't done any of those things, so they didn't. You're going to freeze. You're going to freeze up. You're not going to know what to say. Okay, so the coaching is necessary here to do really well with the system. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page here as we start what I want to share with you today in terms of universally applying this script, okay, versus legally applying it, and why the coaching is important. Okay, so I don't have to run away from being a real estate agent or real estate professional in any way, because this prospect in this circumstance, Craig Proctor is our prospect here. Craig wanted to use, requested to use, filled out a form to use my property search site. And we have allowed him to do that. That is a very valuable service, very valuable. He's found it to be valuable right away in his use. As soon as he starts to click on things, he's like, wow, this is really good. So he has valued, he has been valued. So when I call him back, I don't have to run away and hide. Hey, Mr. Proctor, this is Todd Walters with Todd Walters Real Estate. And the reason I'm calling is because I received your request to search for homes online using our property search site at housesatlanta.net. And as a courtesy, just wanted to let you know that you've been given access to search away. Is that okay? And that's it. That's a very simple statement. Now, at that point in the conversation, the prospect may say all kinds of things. He may say, yeah, that's fine. Or he may say, I didn't know I was calling I didn't know this was a real estate agent was going to call me. Or I didn't know this, or I didn't know that. That's okay. It's okay for them to make observations. Okay? I just stick to the script. So let's suppose they say something like, I don't know, what's let me erase my drawings here. What's something they might say? Well, I didn't know a real estate agent was going to be calling me. So the last thing you want to do is apologize. It's just an observation. Okay? Let me give you an example of an observation versus an objection. You're sitting at a table in front of a seller prospect. You tell them your commission is 7%, a $495 transaction fee. And you have this conversation, and you kind of sit back in your chair, and the seller says, so your commission is 7%? What would you say? Right. Your answer is yes. And that's it. You don't say yes, do you have a problem with that? Or yes, but, like you just say yes. And you hand him the pen and the form to sign. He's just asking a question. That's it. Or making an observation. An objection would be, I'm not paying you 7%. That's an objection. Okay, does everybody get that? All right. So skill is important here. Okay, and understanding and believing in your scripting is important. Okay, so I just wanted to point out to you the universality, is that a word? Universal, I don't know, the universal use of the script. Like we can apply it in every situation, okay? So you want to get really good at this. So to better help you do that, and we'll do some role playing here momentarily, okay? But the first thing that I want to accomplish before role play is to help you better internalize the script, okay? You can mess up a lot of stuff on here. You can really mess up a lot of things. But what you cannot mess up are the offers. You cannot mess up the offers. You must make an offer, okay? So the majority of real estate agents out there in the industry do not have a system when working with buyers. Most have a system when working for sellers, but most do not have a system when working with buyers. And what I mean by that, here's how they work with buyers. Hey, buyer, can I send you more emails? Have you seen any homes you want to go see? What is it that you're looking for in a home? Can I send you more of those? And then through the course of conversation, hopefully end up with meeting them at a house to go look at. and then becomes the taxi cab driving thing back and forth, looking at homes. Buyer ends up buying another home from someone else most of the time. Minority of the time, the agent stumbles across a home that the buyer wants to buy, ends up selling it to them and accepting whatever's in MLS on that house. Okay, that's how most agents work, right? It's not how we do things. Our system, we actually have a system for working with buyers. We make offer to buyer over the phone. They say yes to it. We close for face-to-face appointment. We meet. We present them benefits, an option of working with us exclusively. They say yes to that. We set our fee, so no matter what is in MLS or a home out of MLS, doesn't matter. We're able to give the buyer now all the houses, access to all homes, regardless of real estate company or who the owner is or who the listing agent is. Doesn't matter. We can show them everything. So you tell me, if you're a buyer, what agent would you rather work with? See, most real estate agents, listen very carefully to what I'm getting ready to tell you. Most real estate agents believe, their belief system is that if they force buyers into a buyer agreement, that they get less buyers. Okay? That's their belief system. Okay, but the reality is the opposite is true. When you put buyers into a buyer agreement where your fee is secure, now the buyer has access to all houses. You can show them anything. FSBO, a 1% listing, okay, an expired listing, withdrawn. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the home or who the owner is or whether it's listed or not, or the commission or not. Now you will fight and go look and hunt down everything because they have access to everything. So if the buyers knew the truth, okay, of working with the majority of real estate agents, which is the agent is only going to email them homes that are active in the MLS, and then only the ones that have an acceptable commission to the agent. Like if buyers really knew that, what would they do? Right, they would run the other way. Well, you know what? They do know that, and that's what they do. So let me ask you, like, how come buyers don't run to you? How come buyers aren't lining up to do business with you or real estate agents? Right, because their belief system is that agents limit their selection. So the key to getting more buyers is to give them access to everything. Properties that they can't find on the internet that you will find for them and help them find and locate. Access to everything. Okay, so how do you better tell that story? You tell that story with offers. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So Craig and I want you to have more buyers, not less. Okay, setting your fee, having the seller pay it, there's no threat to the buyer. The buyers love that. Okay, now we work on this, and there's a system for all of that. Setting your fee, negotiating your fee, and collecting your fee is part of the VIP buyer system. Okay, so you can go and watch that webinar. It's on the coaching site here under Platinum Webinar. It's called Platinum VIP Buyer System. Go and watch that. It's in the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide as well. There's a whole section on working with buyers. So you need to know how to do that. And when you do, it will free you up to work with just any and every buyer you want to work with. And they will flock to you because you have a better story to tell. In other words, we're not going to limit your access. We do the opposite. So those are the offers that we want to focus on here. So let's look at this follow-up script and the offers that are most important. Okay, now, let's write this down. If you're brand new at this, if you just showed up here, as a member, an inside sales agent or an outside sales agent, if you're brand new, you just showed up, and you've got this ominous-looking script in front of you on like you see on the computer screen here. The tendency is to start with the very first word and memorize from there down. I get it. That's the tendency. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. All right? Start with the offers. Memorize the offers first, and then everything else will fall into place. Okay? Let me repeat that. Memorize the offers first, and everything else will fall into place. So let's look at the offers. We have our buy first offer. Okay, here's the buy first offer. We have our sell first offer. Okay, everybody see it? It's two offers. We have our newsletter offer. We have our follow-up call offer. 1, 2, tres, cuatro. 4 offers. If you will memorize these offers, you will hit home runs. So if you're not familiar or you're struggling with the script in any way, memorize these offers, because again, you can screw up stuff, but you can't screw this up, man. Can't screw this up. Okay, so let's look at each one of these offers and let's talk about them so that we're all on the same page with how this works, okay? This buy first offer. Okay, so I'm talking to a buyer. I assume they want to buy first. I'm going to gravitate toward the buy first offer, right? Person calling about a house, looking at homes online. Okay, that's where their brain is, looking to buy. All right, so notice on the script here, look really close and notice, let me switch pin colors to help us out a little bit. There we go. Notice that you have the offer and then you have the close. You got to get the prospect to say yes to the offer before you ask for meeting. So one of the most common mistakes that our members make is they commingle offer and close. Offer and close, they commingle them together. Example would be, hey buyer, why don't we do this? Why don't we get together for about 20 or 30 minutes or so that I can take down your exact home buying criteria and just email you everything that you're interested in, homes that match your home buying criteria. That's a free service. You're not obligated to buy. Does that sound okay? So you see what I did? I commingled the commitment, which is let's get together, with the offer. Don't do that. Make the offer. When they say yes to the offer, then you close for the appointment. All right, do you know why you should do it that way? Okay, whether it's the buy first offer or the sell first offer or the callback offer and market watch offer. Like, why do we give the benefit, get them to say yes to it, and then close for the appointment? Why don't we commingle the two? And the reason is real simple. If they object, what are they objecting to? Are they objecting to getting access to houses? Or are they objecting to the getting together face to face? If you commingle them both, you don't know what they object to. So you separate it. If you commingle the CMA, hey, would you like to find out what your home is worth? Along with, hey, why don't we get together so we can take a look and see what your home is worth? When I commingle them two together, if they raise an objection, what are they objecting to? The CMA or getting together and doing it? Okay, Market Watch newsletter and the callback. If I commingle those two, okay, asking for the opportunity to call them back at a later time is done after I've made my offer for the newsletter. Okay, everybody get that? Because there's some reciprocity, some universal laws that are at play here. Okay, so that's the biggest mistake that agents make. All right, so anyway, back on this, what you want to do is you want to memorize all these offers first. You just get them committed to memory, okay? Understand that you make the offer, they say yes, then you close for the face-to-face meeting. And then when they object, if they object, then you'll know what they're objecting to. Okay, here's a good example. Hey, buyer, would you like for me to send you daily updates of homes that match your home buying criteria from all the real estate companies? Our list includes any bank foreclosures, company-owned properties, and other distress sales. It's a free service. And of course, you're never obligated to buy a home. Would that interest you? And buyer says, well, I'm already getting a bunch of properties sent over to me by several different real estate agents. Okay, well, guess what? That's an objection to my offer. So if I commingled the appointment in there, hey, why don't we get together so I can send you? And they said, well, I'm already getting stuff from other real estate agents. Well, what are they really objecting to? Getting together or getting the stuff? See, I'm just telling you, you won't know how to address it if you commingle the two. So you got to make sure you separate those out. So if you don't learn anything else today, learn that. Okay? Now, getting really good at these offers is imperative. All right, so let's go back to our example we were using earlier. And then we'll do some role playing here, okay? So you guys get ready. If you want to role play through some of the leads that you're getting and work on this with me over the webinar, here's what I want you to do. Up in your upper right-hand corner is a control panel. Go ahead and raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Click the button where your hand raises. And what we'll do is Andrea will open up your microphone, and we'll do some role playing on this, okay? All right, so before we get there, go ahead and do that. But before we do some role playing, I want to talk a little bit more about what's happening in the world today, okay, with buyers going online and finding homes, ending up on one of your websites, okay? Saw your ad online, clicked it, ended up on one of your websites, and you've generated a lead via the buyer looking for properties online, already getting homes. Okay, so let's think about this. If all you're good for is giving the buyers access to the MLS, you're not good for much, because I can get that without you. Most buyers that have bought a home or two, they believe that. So your offer must be better than what they can get on their own or from someone else. So let me repeat that. In order to have more success here, the offer that you make must be better than what they are getting on their own or from someone else. And that's not hard to do. Both of the offers, buy first offer and sell first offer, they already do this. Okay, so listen to my words here really carefully as I say this. Pretend like you're the prospect, close your eyes, and listen to this. Hey, would you like for me to email you daily updates of homes that match your home buying criteria from all the real estate companies, as well as bank foreclosures, company-owned homes, for sale by owners, other distress sales? Now, it's a free service, and of course, you're not obligated to buy a home. Would that interest you? Okay, so open your eyes now. All right, now, I want you to think of what I just did. I've created massive doubt that what the agent is getting, if they are getting or looking for stuff on their own, is everything. Okay, so I put a little emphasis on all, okay, and I highlighted what we could construe, or what many buyers construe as hard to find deals. Bank foreclosures, company-owned homes, other distress sales, builder closeouts. You can even, how about this? And other properties that you can't find on the internet. Okay, so that's what this alludes to. Bank foreclosures, company-owned homes, and other distress sales alludes to, creates the picture in the prospect's mind of properties that they cannot find on the internet. So if you want to get face-to-face with a buyer, then you're the agent that can deliver them access to homes that they're not getting right now on their own or from other people. Then you've got an easy appointment you can set. Buyers want houses. They're scared to death that agents are going to limit their access. So here you come along and you say, no, we're actually going to give you access to homes that you can't find on your own or from anyone else. That's called priority access. And you're going to get them as often as they become available. That's called priority access to proprietary information. Okay? Homes that you can't readily find on the internet, on your own, from somebody else, proprietary information, getting them as soon as they become available, priority access. Did I get that right? Yes. Priority access, proprietary information. So anyway, that's how you get face-to-face appointments. And remember, we have a system that works that way. Okay? If you want to be a commodity real estate agent, okay, a taxi cab driver, then do it like everybody else does. And buyers will continue to run from you, evade you. You'll sign tenant buyers to an agreement, 3 of them buy a house from you. Okay, versus the opposite of what our most successful members get. Okay, doing it this way. All right, does everybody get that? That's pretty good, huh? All right, so let's just recap. So we have our offers, okay, that we need to memorize. All right, and there's 4 of them. Memorize the offers, man, you're good. Okay, everything else will fall into place. I'm confident in that. There's plenty of training that goes on every week with our role play clinic here, and with these advanced lead conversion calls every month for Platinum members. Plenty of training here where you can get this and you can get it and you can run with it. But make no mistake about it. Without the coaching and the training on it, you'll probably have a really difficult time. Okay. Remember, some of the people that you buy stuff from, vendors that we've got good relationships with, Bold Leads, Commissions Inc., Success Website. Remember, the people that own these things, they don't sell houses, man. They don't call back the leads. Okay? They don't. So they just take a cumulative consensus from the people that use their stuff, and they turn around and repeat it back to you. Well, this is what, based on what people are saying that use our stuff, that are saying they're being successful because they don't really know. They're just told that they're being successful with it, and they repeat it to you. It's not a very good method for learning and doing anything. It's hearsay. Okay, so take it from me. Be very careful of that. You're being told a lot of things, so without the coaching here, we can really screw it up. All right, so with that, we probably have a few questions, and I want to get into some role playing, and I need some volunteers, some really good ones here, so that we can get through each one of these offers here in a role play setting and do a good job for you. So let's bring our operator back, our famous operator from Texas, Andrea, onto the call. Andrea, you there?
I am here. Thank you.
Yep. So let's get into some questions and role playing. I'll let you take it from here.
Okay. We have Philippe Dorian, who would like to role play. Your line is open.
Philippe?
Yes, Todd, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Todd.
Yep. How are things in Montreal?
They're looking good. We just had a visit from a great agent from the Ottawa region.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going good. Next year's even going to be better. So I'm rolling out the foreclosure Facebook pay-per-click ad, and I'd like to role play on that.
Okay. So I'll be the buyer. You be the magnificent real estate agent that you are. And you're calling me back. I responded to one of your ads. Okay?
Correct.
So you ready?
Yes.
All right. Ring, ring. Hello.
May I speak with Mr. Walter, please?
This is he. This is Mr. Walter.
Yeah, Mr. Walters, this is Philip with Group Mackay, and the reason I'm calling is because I received your request for a list of foreclosures. Just wanted to let you know that I've popped it in the email. Is that okay by you?
Sure, that's fine. Thank you.
By the way, were you folks planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, Mr. Walters?
We're not really sure.
And if you were to move, would you be staying local or would you be moving out of the area?
Well, we would stay local if we move.
And do you currently rent or do you own your own home?
We're renting.
Are you month to month?
Why do you ask?
Just to know. And if you were to move, when do you think that might be?
Well, again, we're not really sure. It depends on the kind of house we find.
Okay. And do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right?
No. Well, I'll take it back. My wife's been talking to a friend of hers who has a real estate license.
Okay, but you're not committed 100% to work exclusively with that agent.
No.
Okay. Well, would you like me to send you daily updates of all the homes that would interest you? My list includes any bank foreclosures, all the listings from the real estate companies, and other distressed sales. It's a free service, and of course, you're never obligated to buy. Would that be helpful?
Sure, you can send us some stuff. That'd be great.
Okay, well, I want to do a really good job for you. So when could we get together for about 20 minutes so I can take down exactly what you're looking for? Would you prefer days or evenings?
Well, why do we have to get together? I can just tell you what I'm looking for over the phone.
Well, I have a form to fill, and there's over 100 criteria. So if I get a good understanding of what you're looking for, I could send you only the properties that you'd be interested in, and then there would be a lesser chance of you missing out on the perfect buy. Like I said, it's a free service, and you're never obligated to buy anything.
All right, so what do I do? Why don't I check with my wife and see what her schedule is, and I'll let you know.
Well, that's a good idea, but since we're both on the phone, how about we set up a tentative appointment, and if it doesn't work out, we can always reschedule. What time would be best for you, days or evenings? Okay,
well, that's fine. I mean, you're good there. I think you've got all the right language. Here's what I want everybody to know is that I was non-committal on, are you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? My answer was, I don't know. Philippe come back and asked me that question again. So if you were to move, when do you think that might be? And I said, well, we're not really sure. It depends on, when we find the right house. And then I threw out there that my wife had been talking to a real estate agent. So, given all of that information, I would put this prospect in a category of under 6 months, and I would make the offer just like you did, Philippe.
Well, right? That was my understanding.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and I would have done the same thing. And I think you did just fine with that. I was a little nervous. I thought you were going to make me, role play with you in French.
No, I can't do that.
No? Okay. All right. So, well, it's a good thing because you might not have understood a word I said. All right. So, let's role play it one more time. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're the agent and I'm the buyer. And so ring, hello.
May I speak with Mr. Walters, please?
He's not here.
Yeah. Do you have a phone number where I can reach him?
Why? Who's this?
This is Philip. I'm responding to a request he made for a list of properties for sale. Just wanted to let him know that it's been sent out. So is there any
okay.
phone?
All right. Yeah, this is Mr. Walters. I didn't know you. I didn't recognize your number.
Okay then. So
okay.
Yeah, the list has been sent out. And were you planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months, Mr. Walters?
Probably not.
And if you were to move, would you be staying local or moving out of the area?
Probably away.
And when do you think that might be if you were to move?
Sometime next year.
Okay. And do you have a realtor to help you when the time is right?
Not that I know of.
Okay. In the meantime, would you be interested in getting my newsletter to keep you up to date with what's going on in your marketplace that you're looking to buy in? It's free and you're never obligated to anything. Would that be of interest to you?
Sure.
Okay. So I'll take down your address and I'll send it to you on a monthly basis. And before I hang up, when would be a good time for me to follow up on how things are going in your moving plans?
Okay, so why don't you do this? I would recommend that you ask if it's okay to follow up first. Hey, would it be okay if I followed up with you at a later time?
Okay.
And then when I say yes, then you can say, and so when's a good time for me to call you back? See,
okay.
You did the same thing that we just talked about a little bit ago, is that you commingled the commitment with the offer. So the offer is it okay if I follow up with you at a later time? Okay?
Got it.
So let's make sure that we understand the words. Is it okay if I follow up with you later time? Does not say, can I call you back at a later time? So when I say, would it be okay if I followed up with you at a later time? The prospect will naturally almost always say, sure, that's fine. And then it's free for you to say, So when's a good time then for me to call you back? So that's when we say call. He's already said yes to being okay, to follow up. And then we throw in the word call after he says yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it forces him into a time frame. It's a much better way to go about it. So yep, we're pretty good. Just stick to the script. Make the offer before the commitment. Is it okay if I follow up with you at a later time? Yes. When do you think will be a good time for me to call you back? Right? And that's the same thing as making the offer and closing for the appointment. As in the buyback script or the sell first script offers, same thing. So very good though, Philip. Thank you very much. You the man. Go sell some houses.
Okay, we have a couple of questions I'll address from Dominic. One, what is your method of follow-up when the lead is received? How many times do you call a lead in the first week, month? Example, do you delete the lead if you can't get in touch with them?
Holy moly, so many questions. Okay, well, let's go back and I'm pulling up something I want to show everyone here real fast. So while I'm pulling that up, repeat the first question to me again there, Andrea.
Okay, we'll go in steps. What is your method of follow-up when the lead is received?
All right. So method of follow-up when the lead is received is to call them back. Like, I know that some of you have these ideas. So if you're a team leader, a platinum member, you got this idea that you generate the lead and you haven't reached them yet. You're trying to reach them on the phone. And I think everybody's trying to do that. So while that process is going on, you want to email them other stuff. You want to send them things. You want to mail. Craig and I didn't do that, dude. We generate the lead. We fulfill their request, and we didn't. The only follow-up activity at that point is just the phone call. Like, we weren't even sure the person that requested information is actually even moving, or it's the principal of the person who's actually making the move, maybe calling for their mom or whatever. So before you invest in email marketing or direct mail, you got to talk to them. If you don't know, you got to talk. Okay, so don't make the assumptions. You'll waste a lot of time, money, and you'll inundate people with stuff they don't want or didn't ask for. Okay, so to better help you with that, here's what I want you to do. Everybody should go to the Millionaire Agent Maker Guide. Okay, it's on the coaching site for you to use and download. If you're not sure where that is, I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to show you something that you need to know about, and that's the whole follow-up system here. So if I go to library, go to file library. Okay, let me cut my screen on so that you can follow along. In the file library, okay, down the right-hand side of your screen in alphabetical order, it says Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library. Everybody see that? Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library. So when I click the Platinum Follow-Up Systems Library link, okay, there's a whole library of follow-up. The things that you're paying attention to are the cover letters that will go along with the report that the person requested. There's a cover letter for just about every report, okay? And then there's these follow-up letters, solid prospect follow-up cover letter 1, solid prospect cover letter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 cover letters. So if I go back to the Millionaire Agent Maker Success Guide, okay, and I go to the section on follow-up, which is, let me show you this, so follow along. Platinum Follow-Up Systems, page 39, section 6. Everybody see that? Let me highlight that in there. Okay, section 6, Platinum Follow-Up Systems, such page 39 on mine. So if I go to page 39, I'm going to get there here real quick, and let me show you a little more. Here, let me get there faster instead of trying to scroll down using something that ain't working very well. All right, here we go. I'm going to fast forward to page 39, and I am there. Okay, so let me cut my screen back on so you can see this. All right, here we go. Pretty fancy access here. Didn't really plan on doing this, but okay, here we are, page 39, Platinum Follow-Up Systems. Nothing replaces the personal calls, but this helps pre-sell you for easier conversion and to get to those prospects you're not reaching to call you. Okay, so the first thing that we talk about is, using the follow-up script is fulfillment. Okay, now what? Okay, well, there's a system. I've got several webinars here, okay, that I think you guys should look at. Okay, and then down here, there's some more webinars. Okay, and here's our follow-up plans for buyers and sellers. Okay, and then you can see right down here, okay, is I get into very good discussion on those 6 cover letters, the ID numbers and where they are. Okay, so I would recommend that you guys go and pull that up, pay very close attention to this, and get very good at understanding the whole follow-up system. Okay, so let me repeat. So the follow-up system is calling fulfillment of their request. Okay, calling back the lead promptly. If they're less than 6 months, closing for a face-to-face appointment. Greater than 6 months, follow up. Okay, so let's stop there. If it's a buyer, they're already getting pictures, descriptions of homes from whatever system we generated them from. Okay, so that plays out. We're just calling them back in half the time. We let that system do its thing. Okay, if it's a seller prospect and they're greater than 6 months, we're going to put them on a direct mail campaign as well. And that's what you're looking at right here. There are 6 cover letters. On each of these cover letters, at the bottom of the cover letter, there's a list of attachments that are included with each cover letter. What you need to decide is the frequency. Every other week, once every 3 weeks, or once a month. So I want you to think about it. You have 3 direct mail follow-up plans with your seller prospects. 3. One every other week, one every 3 weeks, once a month. That's it. So how often should they get your materials? Once every other week, once every 3 weeks, or once a month? You determine the frequency and launch the activity plan. And there's 6 cover letters that go out. Each cover letter has your USP at the top, has the day and kit and any materials attached to it. It's got your USP business card in the envelope. That's it, man. And you're calling them back in half the time that they say, and they're getting your monthly Market Watch newsletter via your website electronically. So that's the simple follow-up system. Nothing complicated there. So I should answer that question in detail, along with everything there is to know about follow-up in the library for that. So I recommend everybody jumps on that one. All right, so let's go back to Andrea. Andrea?
Yes, and the second part of that question, I'll sum it up, is how many times would you contact or try to contact a lead before you delete them or can't get in touch with them?
I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know if there is I guess until I run out of energy. I don't think there's a number. Like, so some leads will pick up on the 3rd time you try to call them. Some people pick up on the 1st one. Some people, it took 10 calls, maybe more. So I guess the answer is when you just can't get to the old lead anymore. Okay. But let me say this. There have been times where I brought in a new inside sales agent because we had overflow of leads, and we would give them leads that were 3 months old, 6 months old. In other words, they came in 3 or 6 months ago. So on the surface, it sounds bad. This lead is 3 months old, or this lead is 6 months old. Okay, on the surface. Okay. What's amazing is that they call them back, and many of those inside sales guys have had greater success than the inside sales guys calling back the new leads, because the lead had basically matured. They had gotten further down the road of buying a home. So we rarely gave up on leads. Like, we would call them for an extended period of time in the future, to the point where they may text us back, say, quit calling me, I bought a house. Or we reach them and they say, I bought one. And this was months and months later. So I would never tell any of you to call 3 times and stop, or call 10 times and stop. You will never hear Craig Proctor and I say that. But what we will say is to the point where you just can't call them anymore because you have too many other leads to follow up with. So hopefully that answers the question effectively.
Okay.
Ms. Andrea?
Catherine, she starts off saying she's brand new. She uses commission ink, so when they call back, she says it's more of a courtesy. She says, I'm calling to let you know that you are all set and you are ready to start browsing away. So the offer for the home hunter service seems redundant. Can you please explain how do you differentiate?
Yeah, I thought I did a pretty good job of that, early in the call. So let me go to my server here and let's deal with this specifically again, and I'll try to do a better job this time. I'm going to my special server that I've got, and I'm going to go find my folder that says scripts, okay? And I'm going to click on, check it out, I'm going to click on my Magic Commissions Inc. callback script. Are you ready for it? I'm going to show it to you guys right now. Here it is. Click. It's coming up. Word document is going to open up hopefully soon. Oh, hang on. Let me open that so you guys can see it. And there to go. There it is. I'm having problems getting into open right now because I got too many stuff open. All right. So while I play around with that, here's the script. Okay, you ready? It's the universal callback. It's the follow-up script on the coaching site. There's no difference. The only difference is the introduction, because, again, universal. So I think you got this right on your approach to calling back the leads. The matter of fact, let's go and let me just show you the follow-up script here. Hang on. Follow-up script. Here we go. Let me open that up. Okay. So you're calling back the Commissions Inc. lead. Hey, Mr. Proctor, this is Todd Walters with Todd Walters Real Estate, and the reason I'm calling is because I received your request to search for homes online using our property search site at housesatlanta.net. And as a courtesy, just wanted to let you know that you've been set up and you can just search away. Is that okay? All right. So that's right. All of our introductions to the leads that we get is a courtesy. We are calling them to let them know that we received their request for X and we've given it to them. Okay? It's a courtesy to let them know that. So the approach is the same with all the leads that you generate, from sign calls to Commissions Inc. calls to free report, other free lists. It's the same. Okay, now to deal specifically with, there we go. To deal specifically with, here it is. Finally got it open there. Commissions Inc. callback script. You guys see that? That's it. So you can see it's the same script. New lead, old lead, move into universal callback script. There you go. Okay, so let's go back and let's look at that. Here's what's not redundant, okay? The prospect does not know whether they have access to all of the homes that are for sale in real estate land or not. They have no idea. As a matter of fact, you and I both know that they do not. So let's make sure we're clear on this. Commissions Inc. sending them emails or property alerts of homes for sale is not everything that is for sale. There are for sale by owners. There are bank-owned properties. There are expired listings. There are active listings that have not been listed in the MLS, and there are active listings that are in the MLS, but the agent has screwed up. They've got the wrong bedrooms. They got the wrong bathrooms. It's in a different school area. They put the wrong zero or price tag in there. I could go on and on with that list. So no, the buyer is not getting all of the homes that match their home buying criteria that are for sale. They're not. That's a fact. Okay. So here you come along and you offer that. And that's what the offer is. So it's not redundant in any way. You're taking advantage of the prospect's frame of mind that they're not getting access to everything. Okay? We received your request to search for homes online using our property search site at housesatlanta.net. I'll throw that up there. We received your request to search for homes online using our property search site at housesatlanta.net, and as a courtesy, just wanted to let you know that you've been given full access to search away. Is that okay? Okay, that's all we say. We don't say you've been given access to get homes, get all the homes that are for sale by all the real estate companies. That's not what our introduction says. Okay? All right? So when we go back and look at the offer is completely different. It's better. Hey, would you like to receive updates of homes that match your home buying criteria from all the real estate companies? From all the real estate companies. So immediately we create doubt in the prospect's mind that they're getting all of the homes, because they're not. They're only getting what the computer decides to give them, and that's based on the accuracy of the agent who inputs the listing and the accuracy of an agent even inputting a listing. And it sure as hell is not sending them for sale by owners and bank foreclosures and other properties and expires that are not on the market for sale but are available. That's where you come in, and that's your offer. Would you like for me to send you daily updates of homes that match your home buying criteria from all the real estate companies, even bank foreclosures and company-owned homes, in other distress sales? Does that sound helpful? So what I'm indicating is I can give you access to homes that you can't find on your own or from anywhere else. That's well over and above what you're getting right now. That's it. So it's a huge difference. There's no similarity whatsoever. We're just leveraging the fact that they want houses to offer them access to properties that they can't find on their own or readily from other real estate agents. That's what the offer is. So everybody needs to understand that. And until you understand that, you're just going to fail at getting appointments from people. Okay, so hopefully I did a good job there of answering that question, not just for you, but for everyone on this call. It's a big difference. Andrea, did I do a good job of answering the question?
Yes, you did a wonderful job.
As a matter of fact, you could have answered that question. You've heard the answer so many times. Is that right?
That's true. That's true.
So here's what we do. So next month, Andrea is going to do this webinar. And I bet you that you could do as good as I can. You've done it so much. Like, you may be the greatest real estate agent ever. As a matter of fact, if you ever get tired of working for Craig, I've got a really good job for you at our real estate company.
Oh, man. Yeah. My husband wants to know why I don't sell houses, but I just love working for Craig so much.
Oh, you sound like me. All right. So anyway, great question. And I think we did a pretty good job of that answer. All right. We got time for one more.
One more. Okay. This is from Jody and Paul. It should be quick. He says, can you please tell us where the new Platt Millionaires Guide is?
The Millionaires Guide. Millionaire Agent Maker Success Guide. Okay, so I'm going to go to the coaching site. Okay, everybody see that? And I'm going to go to File Library. And when I get to File Library, there's a special library called Platinum Business Plans. Here it is right here. Put a little highlighter around it. Platinum Business Plans. Everybody see that? Click Platinum Business Plans Library. And when I click on there, ID 844. Great question. But anyway, there's the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Success Guide. All right, so hey, good webinar. And let's just kind of recap. If we didn't learn anything today, the thing we want to absorb is the offers. We can screw up a lot of things, but we can't screw up the offers. Okay, and so memorize the offers. There's 4 of them there. Get them internalized and committed to memory. Everything else will fall into place for you. And a special notice is do not commingle the close for the appointment with the offer. Make the offer. They say yes. then close for the appointment, then deal with objections. And you'll find that most of the objections are related to getting together because they don't see the benefit of the urgency, and then you can better deal with that. So, hey, let me draw your attention to one more thing before we hang up. I'm going to go to the, check this out. Everybody look really close, please. Hopefully everybody didn't log off too soon. Right here, Platinum OSA Workshop Library. Everybody see that? Okay, I'm going to click on that. And I wish this thing, like GoToWebinar, when you use like a highlighter or a pen, that you could still click links, on web page instead of having to go and change the drawing tool every time. You know what I'm talking about, Andrea?
Yes. That's
a pain in the butt, man. They need to fix that. All right, so you should be able to click on things and draw at the same time. All right, so anyway, here it is right here. ID 592. Everybody see that? The response to every buyer and seller objection ever. There's a manual. We have a system for dealing with objections. ID 592. So I guess if I could wish something else on you, it'd be to have all of those committed to memory. So you may want to download that. We work on that a lot at the Platinum OSA workshops. So, but this is paramount to good lead conversion, is knowing how to deal with objections. We deal with the most common objections there in the follow-up script, but the responses to every buyer and seller objection ever, I would download that too, get to reading and memorizing. All right, so with that, I want to thank everybody for jumping on this month's advanced lead conversion, okay, for Platinum members. That was a lot of fun. Andrea, thanks for your help. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. My pleasure.
Yep, and we'll see everybody later. Let's go sell some houses.